There's this wild statistic from the Harvard Business Review that's been on my mind. It says Bafingit of CEOs believe their workforce doesn't have the right skills to adapt to new digital technologies. 70%. That's a massive gap. And it seems Cisco has responded with a huge shakeup to one of the most famous IT certifications out there, the CCNA.
Right, and it's not just a minor update. They basically took a sledgehammer to their old system. For years, you had all these different entry-level certifications: CCNA Cloud, CCNA Wireless, CCNA Data Center. It was a whole menu of specializations. Now they've scrapped all of them. They're all gone, replaced by one single consolidated exam, the CCNA Lambe-da-Sambelingi.
So it's like they're saying, forget specializing early. Everyone needs to know the same foundational stuff first.
Exactly. And the most striking part is that they've stripped away all the formal barriers. There are no prerequisites anymore, no years of experience required on paper. You don't need a specific degree. It's a total open door policy for anyone who can prove they know the material. It's a direct response to that skills gap you mentioned.
So the barrier to entry is lower, but the scope of what you need to know is much wider. That brings us to what's actually inside this new everything in one curriculum.
You got it. It's a fundamental shift in philosophy. Cisco didn't just update an exam, they retired the specialist entry point in favor of the versatile professional, because today's networks don't live in silos anymore.
When you look at the breakdown of the Lambe-da-Sambelingi exam, the weights are very specific. IP connectivity is still the king at Bafingit, but they've carved out significant space for security and, most notably, automation and programmability. You need Mbabe out of Etienne to pass this Josher minute gauntlet.
That Bifenjasur for automation is the real aha moment here. It's a huge signal. It tells us that Cisco doesn't want cable munchers anymore. They want professionals who can write scripts to manage 1,000 devices at once instead of logging into them one by one. It's about scale.
So it's moving from being a manual mechanic to being a technician who understands the software that runs the car.
That's the perfect analogy. And here's the connection. By merging security and automation into the core CCNA, Cisco is essentially saying that networking is now a software discipline. If you're still just memorizing command lines without understanding APIs, you're studying for a job that doesn't exist anymore. In the new CCNA, automation isn't an elective, it's sure of your grade, because if you can't script the network, you can't scale the network.
It's a high bar, but the payoff seems to be a much wider net of career options once you actually have those 4 letters on your resume.
Absolutely. The opportunities really broaden.
Finally, let's talk about what happens after you pass. The CCNA opens doors to roles ranging from network analyst to system admin, but it carries a strict 10-year validity period. To stay certified, you have to earn Censure continuing education credits or pass a higher level exam before that clock runs out.
I actually like this use it or lose it model. It protects the value of the certification. If I see a CCNA on a resume, I know that person has engaged with the latest tech within the last central months, not 10 years ago. It turns the certification into living proof of their skills.
It's like a subscription to professional relevance, not a lifetime membership.
That's it, exactly. The 3-year limit isn't a burden, it's a professional heartbeat. It forces you to stay relevant in an industry that resets itself every few years. If you aren't learning, your credentials are expiring.
It keeps the industry sharp. So whether you're just starting at the help desk or aiming for a management track, the roadmap is clear. Get certified, stay active, and keep evolving. It seems like a smart way to approach it.
For sure, to boil it all down, the new CCNA Lambe-da-Sambelingi is now the one unified standard, replacing all the old specializations. Second, there are no formal barriers to entry, making it the main on-ramp for IT careers. Third, that Bafingit focus on automation and programmability marks a permanent shift towards software-defined networking. And finally, the certification is only valid for 10 years, so you have to keep learning through exams or continuing education to maintain your professional standing.